Yo, you don't need a reason to feel good, but if you ever wanted one, you woke up today, you look amazing, don't let anyone tell you different, and more importantly, it's Update Monday. What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that your day, hold up. Protein shakes, the best. Phenomenal. But if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. As for Update Monday, it has at least been 1 year and I couldn't even tell you right now of kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass. I actually feel worse than I felt all year. But it's okay, it's cold outside, it's understandable. One thing that I've learned about life from rheumatoid arthritis is that no matter what, even when you're going through what is perceived as a bad time, you should always try your best to look at the good. And I know sometimes you could say easier said than done, but if you start your day feeling good, it's gonna be a lot easier than starting your day feeling bad. So take this small tip from an old Yugi boomer that is wearing the Mommy Milkers apparel. Bro, you like it? You guys like it? Hold on, I gotta show you. Yo! I might just have these on pre-sale at TheCaliEffect.com, but I am not guaranteeing you that they will be here this year. It's probably going to be a little bit later, just giving you the heads up, okay? So today, in spite of it being a Teralaments format, we're going to look at the top 5 decks of this format that aren't Teralaments and see why they're doing so well. These particular decks are decks that not only I think are doing very well right now, they've actually topped a consistent number of times over the last few weeks. But of course, big dog, if you have a deck that you're really liking right now and thinking, collab Teralaments up, go ahead and let us know down below in the comment section. I really like to see what you think about it. Also, if you would like to know what I would personally pay for these particular decks, consider joining my Patreon, as it is a special thanks for helping me pay my editors. Them boys starting to get expensive. But without further ado, I won't waste any more of your time. Let's start talking about these top decks. I think it's pretty much time we address the Robina in the room, as Floowandereeze is legitimately probably the second best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! My guy, the Remote Duel YCS, which is the highest level event that we've had this year, 2 got in the top 4. Floowandereeze is extremely solid because it actually lines up with Konami's new line of thinking, making a deck that isn't necessarily graveyard reliant, a deck that can actually benefit from that remove from play pile. You think I don't forget Konami? It's almost like Konami was like a deadbeat dad. You called it remove from play, then you turned it to banish, then you left for milk and didn't come back until Floowandereeze. I didn't forget, and Squamata never forget. But what it seems to be even evident in Konami's explanation of the ban list is, can your cards benefit under Dimensional Fissure, Dimension Shifter, Macrocosmos, and cards alike, or does your deck have some type of new style to be able to stop the top meta decks? You glue eaters should already know Floowandereeze is true to its roots. Dimension Shifter is still one of the best cards for the deck because Floowandereeze is one of the only decks that can use it multiple times. There's also the barrier statue. The barrier statue. The fucking barrier statue! I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad. Master Duel had it right. You combine that with any glue eater being able to play Floowandereeze. All they have to do is just turn their brain off and normal summon Robina. It's just like Alistair the Invoker, my friends. Floowandereeze is easily a frontrunner as one of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Spright is definitely not too far behind. Spright reminds me of that guy that's in your friend group that you really don't know too well, but is always really helpful. Whether you're combining Spright with Tri-Brigade or Live Twin, hell, you can combine it with Cyber Dragon. It's extremely helpful for those strategies as it makes them a ton stronger. The best version of Spright probably right now would be the Bestial version of Spright, using those Bestial monsters to disrupt your opponent's graveyard, and then also provide monsters to your side of the field to link off with your Spright cards and some of your most powerful Exceeds and Link monsters. Spright also similarly follows Konami's philosophy, as it does use the graveyard, but it isn't necessarily graveyard reliant. This means that cards like Dimension Shifter are easy to be able to splash inside of the Spright deck when a threat that arises that really needs a graveyard, like Teralaments. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that these two decks are considered some of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! what would be the decks that are right behind? I mean, it's kind of crazy because these decks have the representation as the other two decks. They're just easily slept on. I would have to say that Runick, that's right guys, Runick is actually really powerful, my friends. My brothers in Christ, Hockley fabrics may be banned, but the Runick lives on. So how Runicks work is that they are spell cards that can special summon Runick extra deck monsters to your side of the field, or you can perform a particular action and banish cards off the top of your opponent's deck. The only drawback is that you have to skip your battle phase. And then I said, I won't give him my battle phase. What f***ing battle phase? It's so hilarious because with cards like Skill Drain, There Can Be Only One, Rivalry of the Warlords, and Zero Monsters, the deck was never equipped to go into the battle phase, actually built on being able to banish the cards off the top of the opponent's deck until there were no cards left. Now, Runick as a pure variant isn't the only variant that can be played. It's been previously mixed with decks like Spright, but recently one of the more popular versions is Runick and Naturia. Runick spell cards actually provide you excellent utility, and Runick Fountain allows you to be able to draw cards by placing them back into your deck, which essentially gets you into your Naturia cards that allow you to summon powerful monsters like Naturia Beast and Barkion. But if I were to say that that was the only variant of Naturia that's good, I'd be completely wrong. That is a whole different monster on itself, being able to combine with bestial monsters to disrupt the opponent, but also being used with the Ishizu cards to get more Naturia cards into your graveyard, and of course, disrupt the opponent's graveyard. Look, man, the graveyard reminded me of your mama, which remind me of a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn at getting it back into the deck. I said deck, okay? Do not guideline strike me. Naturia and Runick are just outright amazing, but one strategy that I didn't think would come back into Yu-Gi-Oh, my friends. Did you buy your structure deck, Albaz? You fools! You really thought that Despia would die?
It is I, the king of the theater.
Also, what is up with this Mommy Milkers shirt? There's no Mommy Milkers Despia. Has Callie betrayed Sorcerer Iris? The Despia strategy has actually been doing extremely well over the last couple of weeks. Not only do the bestial strategies help a ton by being able to disrupt the graveyard of some of the top decks in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Bestial Serenaire actually has a hidden ability to be able to send those branded cards from the deck to the graveyard to help the deck propel even further. Also, despite Despia looking like a graveyard-reliant deck, it's a deck that can very much use cards like Dimension Shifter, which can slow down the graveyard-reliant strategies, and doesn't really mind a good Dimensional Fissure. It can still very much play under those cards. I was actually extremely surprised to go look through some of the top decks and see so many Despia builds. It makes me want to go ahead and show you guys my own build that I've been crushing some of the top Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta decks with. I don't know. I don't think you guys want to see my updated Despia deck. Y'all be showing me no love like how you used to. And that is all that I have for the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Not Teralaments. I really hope that you were excited about these decks just as much as I was. If you weren't, go ahead and let me know down below with some other decks that you are excited about. But if you want to see more amazing TheCaliEffect content, be sure to check out these videos, as I'll catch you on the next one.